When people ask me if I've ever been in a relationship and I tell them, no, I haven't, most of the time their responses are, don't worry, you'll find someone soon. That's impossible. How have you not been in a relationship? Your time will come. I've never asked them to give me reassurance on if I will find a partner eventually and telling them to make me feel better about myself. But they still find a reason to somehow comfort me. I know I'm more than capable of being in a relationship. I'm open to it, but the right person hasn't come my way, so I'm not gonna force anything. A lot of people this day and age find it such an issue to be by themselves, to be alone, just have friends around them, have family around them. Apparently that is not enough, like a sense of community. This is just not enough for most people, which is why a lot of people seek relationships and are monogamous daters. They will constantly seek relationships, go on dating apps, find a partner, be with them for a year or so, be with them 6 months, and then immediately find another partner because they can't stand to be alone. Because being alone is just so terrible, it's just awful. If you can't dare be by yourself for years on end, for the rest of your life, how do you expect someone to be with you? It doesn't make sense. You need to first love yourself. And you always hear this. How is it going to be real love if you don't love yourself? And there is no reason to chase a relationship or chase people that you like. I recently went on a holiday and I never hang around with boys because I've never had guy friends growing up, and meeting up with all the family friends and their children, which were around my age, all of them were boys, and it really opened my eyes on how boys act, how boys are, because I never understood them. When I was younger, if I would talk to a boy, my face would just go red. I would be so embarrassed, and it wasn't even if I was like attracted to them. It was just like I've never exposed myself to that because I would always hang out with female friends and only talk with females or adults and so forth as that. I would never talk to boys. I was scared of boys. And then going on that trip, it made me realize, and it's so true, if guys like you, they will put effort in. They will clearly show you they like you in so many ways. It is just obvious. And you will have no need to chase them or to try to grab their attention, because their attention will already be directed at you because you grab their attention, and then they like your personality, and then it just flourishes from there. As soon as they would get a message from the person, from a girl that they like, they would immediately respond. And I'm not saying that all boys are definitely like this and that's just how all people react when they like someone. But the thing is, they want to be around you. They want to be in your presence. They want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. They want to see if you're worth of their time, and they want to see if they want to be with you. They're not going to shy away. Obviously, if they're shy, they might be a bit nervous to talk to you and whatever. But generally, these people that I was hanging out with, when they liked a girl, they would clearly show them and they would put effort in. And it wasn't like a guessing game, like, oh, I wonder if he likes me. Oh, I wonder if like he's even seeing that I exist. There's no need, because he already realizes that you're there and he clearly wants to take action. And I'm sorry to break it to you. If you don't see any action, you don't see any effort in, they clearly don't like you. And even if you saw that there was this guy that you liked, or whoever you like, if you see that you like someone and you see that there is nothing, why are you going to try something when something isn't there? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Giving all this person all this attention, all this admiration, all these compliments, for them to just walk away and go to someone else. It is just a waste of your time. It's a waste of their time. There is just no need. And they're just playing with you. If they can clearly see that you're doing the, like, they're not stupid. They can see that you're trying to put in an effort and they're not interested. Most people, they're probably just staying around just to get that attention. And it's just reciprocation. Most of the time, when someone likes you, you tend to like them back. There's like science behind it. It makes you happy, like you release dopamine and serotonin, I believe. It's like happy chemicals. You like that feeling, and then you tend to reciprocate this to the other person. However, sometimes they will just stay around just for the fun of it and just breadcrumb you. So be very, very, very careful. I'm not saying if you like someone, don't show it at all and just be blank and be very vague about your feelings, be emotionless, play hard to get. I'm not saying that. Just be yourself and whatever. But what I'm saying is, if you clearly like someone and they are not silly and they clearly know that you like them but are making no effort towards it, leave it and find someone better and worth your time. Because I've been alone for all my life, having been in a romantic relationship, I have developed so much self respect for myself. And this is why I hammer on learn to love being by yourself. Learn to love yourself and learn to find things that genuinely interest you. Because when you find someone that you adore so much, and let's say you put your whole identity in this other person, what are you going to do when they leave you? What are you going to do? You're going to be all alone. You're going to be upset. You put all your time and effort into the other person. And I don't mean that it's a waste of time by any means, because you've learned something from them and they've learned something from you. It was an exchange. You both exchanged knowledge towards each other, and it was meant to happen. Why would this person be in your life for no reason? It was a reason that you were supposed to meet them, and there was a reason for why it ended. And that's why I don't think it's a waste of time at all if you meet someone and it doesn't go well, or if you end on mutual terms, because you learned something from it. You learned something about that person, you learned something about people in general. You gain knowledge. A lot of us, if something doesn't go well with the person we were romantically interested in, or a relationship or whatever, we always tend to blame the other person. I didn't like this about them, they always did this, but we never seem to turn inward and be like, what is the common denominator here? Me. You're telling me in all these relationships that it ended, it was all their fault and no fault with you. Obviously, there are exceptions to this. If they were a psycho, if they were a narcissist, all of the above, if they were manipulators, walking red flags, that makes sense, and it was probably most of their fault. However, there is always something that you can walk away from the relationship or walk away from the experience you had with this other person and be like, what can I gain out of this? What can I learn about this? Okay, I realized in all these relationships that have ended, I tended to focus too much on the other person. I lost myself into this other person. I lost sight of all my goals. I lost all sight of all my friends and family because I spent all my time with this other person. So next time I go into a relationship, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I still have a connection with all the people I care about and put effort into my goals instead of putting my everything in this other person and losing sight of everything that I love. There is always something you can learn from this. And after you reflect on all these relationships you've had, you realize that there are relationship patterns that seem to carry across from relationship to relationship or to partner. We all have relationship patterns, whether good, whether bad, and when you actually reflect on it and be like, I just realized this about myself, you will be more aware in the next relationship. And then when you see it pop up again, you'll be like, now I know how to fix it because I saw this happen last time and that something similar could happen. Cognitive bias. And you will see patterns. For example, for me, all the people that were romantically interested in me, I had low self-esteem for myself. I didn't have much boundaries. I didn't have any set guidelines for how I wanted the guy to sort of be like. And I thought the other person needed to put in all the effort and I didn't really need to do much. And because I didn't feel great in my own skin, I was insecure. This popped up in all the people I attracted. And I didn't realize this for the longest time. And I can understand why, wow, all these people that I'm going on dates with aren't that great people. I don't get it. It must just be the universe hates me, and all these people are attracted to me because Everyone else is lucky. Everyone else just gets to be in good relationships except me. But that is not true. You deserve anything you want. You deserve great relationships, great partners, friends, romantic partners, whatever. And you can get whatever sort of qualities you like. But that just means you need to upgrade yourself to upgrade the people that get attracted to you. If you sleep all day, if you are just lying in your bed, scrolling on your phone, you barely go out, you don't have any hobbies, you're mean to everyone, you don't gain knowledge for yourself, you don't take any vitamins, you don't drink enough water, you don't eat good food, you are most likely are going to attract people that resemble a similar lifestyle to you or aren't great people in general. If you don't care about your body and just give your body to so many different people, you're going to carry all these energies with you, because being close to another person, you're giving your all to this other person, and that is sacred. Keep it to yourself and share it with someone that you actually care about. And the universe, or whatever you believe in, will present this to you. They'll be like, okay, this is where you are in your life. These are the sort of partners that you will tend to attract. Obviously, everyone tends to attract toxic people in their life. Toxic people will just hang on to anyone. I'm not saying if you live a great lifestyle that toxic people won't ever pop up in your life, but it's still something that you learn out of the experience and whatever. But as a general rule of thumb, if you tend to see a pattern of all these people cropping up in your life that are romantically interested in you and aren't high value in what you expect in a partner, be like, okay, this is how my life is. This is my personality. Is this something that I could possibly change about myself that I'm not really happy with? Are there some like really bad habits that I've fallen into but haven't seemed to change yet? And then you can end up changing it. I exercise regularly. I make sure that I take care of myself. I eat good foods. I am very cautious about the people I associate myself with. And all these things, they add up. From the moment I realized that the common denominator was me, I had low self-esteem, I didn't value myself a lot, I didn't respect myself a lot, and I purposely isolated myself, made myself be alone, and kept on a few like connections in my life that I actually genuinely cared about in my family. Then I started upgrading my life and realized that I actually love spending time with myself. I really value myself now. Because a lot of you distract yourself with quantity or rather than quality people, you tend to not realize these patterns in your life. And it's true by the amount, like I think there was like this like study done about the three people you hang out the most are literally a reflection of you. And the people that I associate myself with, I really like the people that they are and how they live their life. So now I tend to be like that sort of person as well, because they make me strive to be better. And I'm so grateful for these people in my lives. When you develop self-respect for yourself, that's when you'll have the most personal growth for yourself, because you only want better and better and better and better. Every day you're like, okay, what did I do today? Okay, I didn't like how I did this, but I like how I did this and this and this and this. I can try to do this tomorrow. Because some of you guys will just wait until, okay, Monday I'll start doing it, or next month, or next year. People that are obsessed with personal growth will constantly keep on evolving, even if it's just small changes every single day. Doing 1% better every day is better than doing nothing at all, because that 1% adds up every single day. And then you'll end up being a great person by the end of your development. And needless to say, there's not really an end to this development, because you'll constantly keep on evolving into a better, better, better person. The habits I had last year were great, but now I even have better habits. I have more things incorporated into my life, more vitamins, more supplements that I use every day that I only imagined that I would take. And now I take them regularly, and now I can see my face is a lot more lighter. I'm a lot more clear on my face. There is no need for you to put everything into the other person, buy them gifts, whatever it is. Try to be there for them all the time, and then they're giving you nothing. It's kind of like the therapist friend. You don't want to be like that to a romantic partner. You know what I mean? It should be bi-directional. The amount of effort that they put in, you should give back. It shouldn't be one-sided. It is not fair. Yes, it's true that men tend to chase and women tend to like attract it and play hard to get and whatever. But I don't think you necessarily need to play a game or whatever. Just be yourself, then the right person will come. I promise you that. And I will not get over desperation is not attractive. It is not attractive. Get that in your head. If you are trying to wave your arms, wear such a flashy outfit, style your hair, whatever, trying to talk to them all the time, and you can see that they're clearly not interested, trying to walk away from you, let them go. Let them go. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, please. Because if they see that you are so clingy to them, and some people actually like the clinginess, but I'm saying the average human doesn't like clinginess. Someone doesn't like to be that person where, oh my gosh, if I leave them, this person is gonna self-destruct. This person is gonna have a loss of identity and gonna lose themselves. Obviously, if they're a manipulator, they love that. They love it if you're clingy and get attached to them, because then they can do anything they want and know you won't leave. But I'm saying the average human, if you try this method and trying to draw them in and then not having it, leave, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, please, please. This desperation, it repels. It repels like crazy. It will push the other person away rather than drawing them in. If you want someone to draw into your energy, be detached from the whole situation. Before, when I used to meet people, I tended to fall, and I sometimes get in this bad habit where I fall too quickly, or I like the other person way too much, way too early on, show all my cards way too early, and then they lose interest very quickly. Always keep at the back of your mind that if this other person leaves, I will always have myself. And then this other person will just add value to my life. Obviously, it feels great when you find someone that you really like and you just really want to be with them, be in their presence, go on a date with them, and be around them overall. However, you will always have yourself at the end of the day. There's always a possibility that they can leave. And if they can see that you're really, 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 really attached to them, they're not gonna like that very much. Protect your peace. Be calm. If it's meant to happen, it will happen. I promise you that much. The right person will come into your life that either complements your personality, shares a lot of interests. They could be really similar to you, or they could be really different, but your personalities match up. The right person will come your way. You do not want to be 80 years old thinking, wow, I just stayed in this relationship when it was so bad because I just did not want to be alone. It was so terrible to be alone for my whole life that I would have rather been with this other person that I absolutely despise and they weren't worth my time at all. Or you also don't want to be 80 years old like, wow, I was trying to draw so many people in, being so desperate, just wanting affection and love from all these romantic partners, that I completely neglected myself. You can find love in so many other forms. Yes, I do agree that in life, we were made in life to find a partner, to have kids, and then life just continues on and you have a family. But obviously not everyone wants this for themselves, and they want to have their own independent career and work on themselves and stuff like that. Most of the time we all have a need to be in a romantic relationship because that's just how life works. We find someone, we mate, and then we die. It's sad, but it's true. But you need to learn to love your presence first. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely night. If it's 12 a.m., please go to bed. If you have any content recommendations that you would like to see in the future, or any ways I can better improve my content to better suit your needs, please write down below. That is greatly appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. So, bye!